Hi, I'm Simon and this is my 1968 Series 2A. If you don't know, I bought this as a non-running project and that's what I'm trying to do, getting it running, and now I'm on the final stretch. To start with today, I'm going to look into the brake and clutch system. I don't know the status of that and I want that to work before we get to the starting up bit, because I don't want this car to be running away and I want to be able to clutch out if it's in gear, or yeah, just for peace of mind, I want to have the clutch and the brakes working. There's a lot more that needs to be fixed and do before we can start it up, and I made a list up here so you can check it out. And taking a look at the list: add brake fluid, air out clutch, air out brakes. If there are some fixes, I don't know the status, as I said. We need to mount exhaust and inlet manifold, mount exhaust pipes to the exhaust manifold. We need to mount a carburetor, mount the fuel pump, mount the fuel lines, mount fuel tank. Don't have a fuel tank yet, so need to get that. Probably gonna, there is a tank in order for a while now, but I think I'm going to get like a outboard motor tank just to use as a test tank. Need to mount alternator bracket, which I bought, alternator, new, mount auxiliary belt, and see that everything works there. I need to mount oil filter adapter, which I have bought, so you can get the screw on. I need to change the oil filter. I need to mount coolant radiator, mount coolant hoses and other parts. Flush coolant system with water, and then turn engine over with everything mounted. And last one, put in spark plugs and pray. So it's a big list, but I'm just gonna start and hopefully see how far I can get this week before we head up north. So either I get to the part where I can get it started, or it will be just the small parts missing. So, but let's get into it. I'm eager to get this thing started now, and it's been too long. So yeah, let's just start with the brakes and the clutch. So first thing I'm going to do, just to get this on, see if we can open the slave cylinder airing screw. Maybe not. Yep. Airing screw is open, then goes to the hose, which goes up into the bottle. And keeping the hose or the bottle on top, you will create resistance, so the air will go up and the fluid will try to stay down. So now let's add some fluid and see what happens. Okay, so this is the reservoir, and in this reservoir this is for both the clutch and the brake. So and the safety feature here is that there's a pipe in the middle which feeds the clutch, and the outside feeds the brake line. So it's a 2-part, 1-part safety feature. So here you can see the 2-part system. So the inner pipe here goes to the clutch, and then the outer part goes to the brakes. Never mind that, so I'm going to start just using some .4 modern brake fluid. I think this is the same as I have on the Discovery, except the Discovery one is more expensive than this, because it's maybe some long-lasting stuff, I don't know. So yes, should have opened this before we started filming. My thinking is to just do the clutch and then add fluid, and then see if there's going to be any leaks before I start replacing. So I bought master and slave cylinder for the clutch. Okay, so with the clutch, I think it's like the brakes. You just pump, just pump. Oh. Nothing happens. Okay. Just gonna open on the master and see. Basically, just see what happens. If you can just, this should be higher than this, so it should flow here at least through the pipe. So seeing fluid. Come on, focus. Okay, so it's going on finally. So join me, I think, half an hour later, and just gonna fill up everything here, and we can look for leaks later. So getting this on really hard. See, I'm forcing the pipe here, forcing the pipe here, and so this spanner is forcing on the pipe to push it that way. Then my screwdriver here is forcing on the pipe to push it that way, and then I use another screwdriver to push it down. And then finally it came. Let's see if I can open this one, see if we can get oil there. If yeah, and then see. Just follow the lines and see how far we can get it. So pedal doesn't do anything, so I'm not sure what's going on. Nothing happens. Not really sure why. Rusty, crusty. So it's moving, it's just not pumping, so probably this is... Need to replace the whole thing, I think, since it's not pumping nothing. So it should be, if it was making pressure, it should be overflowing here, I think. Nothing. Nothing at all. Probably gonna change out the whole thing. Luckily I ordered that, so it's gonna be a good fix. Remove, remove. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened, but I kept on pumping on the pedal, and suddenly it started to get pressure. Feel resistance on the pedal, and then it started pumping out. You can see losing some liquid in the center there, brake fluid. So definitely starting to build up pressure and starting to work. So maybe the O-ring on the piston started to seal up. Not really sure, but yeah, it's gonna tighten this. Then start pushing on the pedal, then we'll see if we can get the brake fluid flowing through the lines and to the slave cylinder, which is on the other side. Okay, woohoo! Moving forward. So just gonna quickly, let's tighten up. Let's tighten up. Then we can try and push the pedals. Pedal to the metal. I can hear pressure on the other side. Okay, let's get the mic. Little mic. Oh no. Damn, I forgot to fill up. That's stupid. Too eager. Let's see. Yeah, and see some air bubbles. Okay, let's see. Following the reservoir. Let's see. With the fluid through, just gonna close this. Gonna just cleaning, and then it's gonna check for leaks. Now the big question is, does it hold up? Does it leak? And do we see movement here? So press pedal, that presses the piston in the master, pushes the fluid to the slave which is here, which pushes on that rod but pushes on this, and then should give us some clutch. And it's moving. And it's definitely leaking. Okay, so slave need to be replaced. Yeah. Okay. Okay, lucky I have ordered a spare. And I was wondering why there wasn't a new piston, like not stud, but linkage, but a different kind on the slave than on the master. I'm guessing there's a big ball joint something going in here, so. But that's gonna be afterwards. Now it's time for dinner. So glad I ordered a spare. Okay, back in the garage, still on the first day, and yeah, going to finish up the day by replacing the slave cylinder, and I think that's going to be it for today, and then we can continue tomorrow. But hopefully it's going to be easy, and yeah, but with these old cars, I have learned that it always takes a bit longer than I suspect. So let's get into it. So half inch, just two nuts and a bolt, and then I'm going to take it out, and then I'm going to replace it on the outside, hoping to transfer the pipe directly over and not lose so much of the brake fluid. So I got the old one out. Let's see how it looks on the inside here. And it looks the same. Probably just the seal inside here that is the issue. So if we can manage to just switch the hoses over, it's a good job done. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, yes, good. Oh, don't. All right. Sorry. Yes. Big washer. Small washer. So compress the piston. Then screw it. Not overdoing it. Rather come back and redo it afterwards. I had to reuse there are two copper washers each side here. one wide and one a bit more narrow. And yeah, so just tightening that up again. Now, I lost a lot of brake fluid, but I think it's going to be okay. Hopefully not too much air. Hopefully no air got into the system. Now I'm just going to clean up the bracket down there, and then we can mount this and then see if we have a clutch. Also cleaning up the hardware, new vibration washers, because they were mounted from underneath. Not sure if that's correct, but I'm gonna do that for now. Then lecture. Okay, let's get it back on. So this maybe need to come off, I think. Yep, it's loose. Woo! So got it loose. It was pretty easy, because I want to clean this off, because I don't want this to go in and out of the rubber and then ruin the rubber on the end of the slave. Let's see. If you know if there should be grease inside the rubber on the slave, let me know in the comments. Put this back down. Like so. And then bolts and nuts. Too much maybe. So new slave is in. Now just need to bleed it again, just to get the most of the air out of the slave. And then I think we are good. I can see bubbles. Bubbles. Yep, I'll close it there. That will be good for now. Put the protective hoodie on back on. Let's see. So, and then we can test. Okay, exciting, exciting, exciting. Now, let's see if I can get in. Wait. Door maybe. Okay. I'm just going to do this gently. Oh, you see it move? Done. Okay, so that's a working clutch, or a working lifting mechanism at least. So add brake fluid, yes, clutch fluid, OK. Done, air out clutch, OK. Then fixes, new brake slave. No, clutch slave. Okay. So that's going to be all for today. I think I'm really happy with today. Started a bit late, but getting the clutch working tomorrow, it's gonna jump in and then start on the brake. So stay tuned, join me tomorrow, and then we can see if we can bleed the brakes. But I need more brake fluid. Yeah. See you tomorrow. Welcome to day 2 and welcome to brake day. So more fluid. Almost used everything that I had yesterday on changing out the slave on the clutch, and yeah, just getting that working. So I'm not really sure how much I need, but I bought 2 liters, and then hopefully we will see if that is enough to get the brake system working. So the brake and the clutch system uses the same reservoir. So let me look. Yeah, there's still oil on the top, so it hasn't been leaking through the night, the clutch, so that's good. And it has its separate master and slave, and this is what I think they call a single line brake system. So you don't have the redundancies that you have on new cars, going in different lines to different corners and so on. So very simple, should be easy. And a little fun fact about this brake system, it's all new. It's not 100% new, but a lot of the components are new and the rear lines are completely new. But I don't think the system has been filled up with liquid or fluid, brake fluid, since it was renewed. So I'm not really sure on the condition of the master, and not really sure about if the brakes even work, if we can get the system aired out. Little other fun fact. So this morning I read that brake fluid can work as a paint remover, and yeah, I see a spill there yesterday, and definitely see the paint starting to bubble up. So yeah, be careful. If you don't know, be careful. Okay, so before I start doing any airing, I'm just gonna go and check that I can open all the airing screws. I think it's gonna be, yeah, that one was really loose. And then just making sure I can get everyone open, but I think it's gonna be easy. Okay, both front ones, okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yep. Okay, then we can start. Oh, come on. So usually it's I bleed starting with the brake, the furthest away from the master's cylinder. On this, you're going to start with the front, and you're going to start with the front that is the furthest away from the master. And I'm thinking not the direct line of sight, but the pipe that is furthest. And on this, it's the front left. So the pipe goes from the master over to this side, splits here, then it goes over to the left front. So that's going to be longer than this. So the correct sequence is front left, right left, rear left, rear right. So starting there, it's going to make this super easy just to see if we can get it to work, because we have so easy access there. So let's start on the front left. Was thinking maybe gravity would do the work, like just by opening the valve here enough, it would just, but it's not looking like that. Pushing the brake. Nothing is happening as with the master on the on the clutch. So maybe I need to open this as well to get it flowing. So I don't want to do the same mistake as I did yesterday on this. It was so difficult getting it back in, so don't want to screw it too far. Maybe open this as well, see what happens. Yeah, so there's oil in there. Closing that up again. Okay, so when I was inside, came out again after changing the mic, you can see I saw the fluid here. Went inside to pump the brake, and then I could feel starting to flow, and now I can see up in the reservoir it's getting less. So definitely have something going on now. So opening these two seem to help a little bit with the flow inside of the master cylinder, so it helped. Okay, see if we can close this. Something is going on here. Green. Why is it green? Is there something special about green? I don't know. Pressing the brake. That's 1 liter gone. It's not pushing as much as I was hoping it would do. Let's check around the corners again. Okay, so found a leak. So on the left rear here that I thought I didn't close the airing screw. It's not the airing screw, it's something inside the drum itself. So I'm guessing what's it called? The piston part that pushes. I'm guessing that's the thing that's not working and leaking. So now my rear left drum brake is full of brake fluid, so which is great. So that's a bit more work. Need to take that off, see what's leaking, probably order a new part. Don't have new brake parts, so yeah. The joys of working on an old Land Rover, pushing you to the test. But yeah, just need to get into it and see. I know it's leaking and it's already gone bad, so probably I should just try and get some more into the front. But the brake's not going to work because it's going to be, yeah, not sure what to do. Maybe the other parts of the brake system also need some brake fluid to just seize up the O-rings or something. So like the master and clutch, don't know, because these brake parts, as I said in the beginning, are brand new, but they are maybe just all dried out. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to need to order a new left rear. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and push fluid to all the corners and then see if anyone else leak. Just to test, because then I know how many corners I need to order for. So yeah, and maybe it seals up, maybe not, but then I definitely know what I need to order. So yeah, let's close this one and then move to the front right. Front right, really easy to do. Let's do this one and see. No, left, left. Next canister. Well, so I can hear it flowing in the bottle, so yeah. So final corner, let's see. Right rear, open. Already you can see some brake fluid coming out, that's good. Let's try and flush that as well. A good amount of fluid going through. And just drop this, let it drain. There's definitely some good news and some bad news. Front seems to be holding pressure, not leaking. Rear, not so much. And the right rear is just a tiny drip, but the left rear is just pouring out. When pushing the pedal now, it's just there's no resistance, so I think there's no hope for the left. So I think the right thing to do is just to order a full set all around, and then when we come back to brakes, I can just redo the rears first, and then hopefully that will be enough. But yeah, okay. Learning as I go along, and now I'm going to learn how to do the brakes on the series, but that's have to do later. Have to go to our list and then see what we can do next. Another good news, still have more coffee left, so yeah. Do I have time? No. Okay, so add brake fluid, clutch fluid, okay. Air out brakes, not okay. Fixes, I need to order parts. Okay, so I need brake, what do you call them? Brake pistons, maybe? 4. So next thing I would like to do, so I have mounted exhaust, but I think I'm going to do the alternator bracket and the alternator next, because easier to access without the inlet and the exhaust manifold. So yeah, definitely going to do that, but that will have to be tomorrow because my wife has her birthday today and I'm going to make her a favorite meal, chicken curry, and yeah, just going to enjoy our birthday, spend time with the family, and yeah, best decision I have done. My wife, she's so great, so supportive. Even now I'm turning 40 soon, and even said, yeah, you can also get a Range Rover Classic, but I told her that I will get this running first. Okay, good. See you tomorrow.